looks beautiful. Hello everyone, my name is Yara from Saya of the Aurora. Today I'm filming outside because it is extremely warm here. Today we're gonna talk about what to do if you think there's something in your house, and actually how to know if there is something in your house. What are the symptoms psychologically, physically, emotionally? There are several things that are usually at home. In the astral realm, anything is possible really, but I will talk about the most common things that we see in houses. I also would try to determine firsthand, is this an entity that you feel that could hurt you, that is evil, that is dark, or is it an entity that is just like trapped, or that needs help, or is trying to call your attention? Or is it an entity that doesn't feel evil but is bringing some kind of discomfort to your daily life? The first one, of course, just residue energy. Residual energy in general, I think, never makes someone call a person to come and exorcise it. It's just that kind of like toughness that you feel, that pressure in your chest that you feel when you are at home. You can clean that yourself with just a normal cleanse. Incense, with some stones, with some prayers. There's a lot of techniques, and I will be sharing more about those in detail in the future. Secondly, the most common thing that happens is ghosts. Ghosts of people who have lived there, or are residual energies, but of people. It is very common usually to have someone that has deceased from the family, or a friend that is staying with you temporarily. In that case, maybe the ghost is not necessarily attached to the house, it's also attached maybe to one of the people living in the house. Ghosts, like we talked in my last video, can be either positive, or they're trying to convey a message, or they can actually be negative and they can hurt. Much more uncommon is to have demonic activity in a house. Demonic activity is actually extremely rare, but nowadays it has become more and more common because people tend to be very curious, very open about it, and they just invite all kinds of things to their house. Also, if one of the people in the house is struggling with mental health, I can tell you, like, almost certainly that there's gonna be some kind of entity lingering around the house. And the fourth kind is to have elementals in your house, which is goblins, fairies. They're very common especially if you live in a place that is very rural. If it's close to a forest, more than ever. But also if you have some kind of garden, it is very common for elementals to get in your house. And number 5, shadow people, which they are not ghosts, they're actually entities by themselves, and they're dealt with the same way as any other elemental. The first symptoms of infestation in a house have to do, first of all, with feelings. So you start feeling tired, you start feeling like drained, like if there was some kind of like energetic vampire in your house, that every time you go in you just start to feel uncomfortable or sad or tired and you just want to sleep. Secondly, of course, nightmares. They're very common when there is some kind of like infestation. It doesn't mean that you need to have them every day, but if you start having weird nightmares and you start questioning yourself what is going on, yeah, it's probably something around the place where you live. Then you start to develop some kind of like mental health issue, for example, anxiety, depression. All of this combined with that sensation of like oppressiveness in your chest, or that you can't breathe when you go inside a room, or you just have like this instinct feeling that you want to run away, then yeah, that's a very clear indication too. In the case of elementals, for example, fairies or goblins, they like to toy around with you or kind of like make you upset. Goblins usually just steal things from you and hide them. Shadow people do the same, but they're a little bit more scary because I feel like it's easier to see them for some reason. Not everyone is prepared mentally to see a goblin or a fairy, so but shadows we all see. In the case of shadow people, elementals, goblins, fairies, you have to talk to them. You have to like straight up stay in your house while you cleanse it and be like, I don't want you here. I need you to leave. This is my house. This is not yours. And you're not welcome here. I will try to find a way for you to get out and go wherever you need to go. Try to research wherever you live specifically about like the fauna of the place. If there's some myths about the creatures that inhabit the forest. Me, for example, I live in Sweden, so when I moved here I actually had to find out what were the common things that were mythologically found in forests, or which are the gods and that the spirits respond to. So if you live, for example, in Africa or in South America, even in North America, there are specific kinds of goblins, fairies that inhabit this forest. Find out what is it that they want, what is it that they need, how can you build a good relationship with them for them to actually help you protect your house and not like work against you or just like toy around with you. If you have built a house in a forest, you have destroyed their house. Goblins and fairies can get very, very aggressive, so they're a thing that you have to watch out for. The shadow people in the country are looking for a place to stay that they can use without people actually like running them away, because they're very physical and they don't live anywhere specific. They're most usually found in abandoned houses and haunted houses, houses that don't get like this energy flow very often, or they are invited to. They just like see someone walking in the street and they want to attach to you and go with you to your place because they think that you're not gonna fight back. And this is the same as like when people physical people like want to rob you, want to attack you. They're looking for very vulnerable targets, and so do these beings. Like if you are very vulnerable in your energy, you are very easy to get attached to and to get taken advantage of. These beings, you can get them attached in any moment, but the most common things, of course, are to do it in haunted places, in cemeteries too. If you're sensitive, if you're a medium, if you're having this kind of like nightmares or being vulnerable because of this, don't ever go to a cemetery, please. It's just gonna make it worse. Very common things are classic. I feel like I'm being watched. That is to me like 100% confirmation that there is something. We as humans, as like beings, we forget that we have the ability to actually have instincts and to know exactly what's going on around us. But because we get like so ingrained in our brain to go like, no, it cannot be true, it cannot be like that, I'm sure like I'm imagining it, then you disregard completely your intuition. If your first thought was that someone was watching you, like why are you questioning it? Like it can absolutely be someone watching you. They can absolutely touch matter, move it around, shove it onto you, move glasses, move all sort of things to make themselves known. Remember that any entity that is trying to manifest is calling your attention and therefore has something to say. Every time that you see a spirit or that you see something that they do is because they wanted you to see it. It takes a huge amount of energy for a semi-physical being to actually move something in the materiality, and much more for an astral being. So if they actually moved something or they touched you or they talked to you or whatever, they are really, really, really doing it on purpose. Even when you capture something with like a CCTV camera, they know that you were gonna see it, or they will make sure that you watch it. In the case of demonic activity, like the best thing that I can recommend if you suspect that something is in your house that literally wants to harm you or to cause you a lot of pain, just go get help as soon as possible. You have no idea how much these things can fuck you up for the rest of your life. If the ghost that you think that you have at home feels like a member of your family, well, you can talk to them. You can actually ask them to show you what they want, why are they still here, how can you help them to cross over. But sometimes demonic beings actually disguise themselves as energies that happen in the house. If you have a picture of someone that died, demonic beings actually like pretend to be children. So you have to be very careful. Never a being that is from your family, a guide, or some child is going to make you feel terrified. The feeling of being in front of a demonic energy is like terror, like that kind of like dread. Like if you were about to be attacked, you can feel your adrenaline rushing. You just want to get out of there, or you just want to, you have trouble breathing. Their energy is extremely strong, so you will know immediately when a demonic energy wants to hurt you. In that case, I would advise that you pray to whatever you believe in. And if you don't believe in anything, just stay in your positivity. Stay thinking about something good, something nice. When you are thinking about love, thinking about like a good moment in your life, thinking about the people that you love, you change your energy, you change your vibration, and therefore you become unreachable to them. These beings are in a very low vibration, so whatever you do that could slightly make you happier in that moment, or more calm, or have a little bit more faith or hope, then they just absolutely retreat, because they just cannot get to you. If praying to your God and your religion or whatever helps you do that, then absolutely go ahead. There's certain things that you can do to protect your house and to protect yourself. There are specific prayers that are super effective. To have an iron amulet around the place where you sleep, or even like as a pendant or as a bracelet, then that will help you ground your vibration and make you stronger. Iron is like a very good protection method. We have it in our blood as protection too, so people that are anemic actually become more vulnerable. And this is also one of the reasons why women are most prone to being possessed. It's because we have a period every month. Our levels of iron actually drop significantly for a while. So make sure to eat your spinach and your meat, or your lentils. Remember that these beings will stay in your house if they feel like there's like a little opportunity that you will stop fighting to get them out. So if these beings feel like you are like, oh, it's okay, like I can live with them, it's no problem, like you just made a room for them to stay forever. Make sure to reclaim your space with your own energy and say like, this is my house and there's only love and light here, and there's only my family and me, and you have no place here. This is extremely important, and I feel like a lot of people think that just calling someone to get rid of something will solve all their issues, and no. Every single time that I have cleaned the house, I have done it with the owners of the house and everyone who lived inside present, unless of course they were minors and they don't want to participate. I have done it like that because the energy of the house belongs to the inhabitants. So if the inhabitants are not having enough vibration to actually defend their territory or their energy, then I can clean whatever energy there is there, but it will come back because of the law of attraction. Like whatever they are, they will bring back. And if they were actually going through something like that, it's because they attracted it in the first place. If you are dealing with some kind of infestation in your house, the first thing you need to do is to wonder, what is it about me that is making me vulnerable, that actually open the door to things that are not going to work for me, and I welcome them into my life. I can give you some recommendations that will actually make your inhabitants with these beings more acceptable or peaceful. First of all, if they're calling your attention, for example, if they knock your door and you don't know who it is, why are you opening the door? Why are you opening the door? Do not open the door if they knock it, whichever door it is. It is an invitation. It's like saying, yes, come, you're welcome in my house. Do not open any door. Secondly, if any of these nightmares or dreams, you have like some kind of weird dream when someone offers you something, never accept. And this can come in like whatever way. For example, if someone is sitting with you to have tea, and the whole dream is about how this being comes and is like, would you like milk with your tea? The moment you say yes, you have just opened the door. You have to be very, very careful. When we dream, we go into the astral realm, and there it is easier for this kind of like beings to communicate with you. So if they're looking for your approval to get inside of you and you say yes, then it will be much more difficult to remove them, and changing your vibration will not do anything in that point. You need to get the help of someone who can actually remove it. And how do people remove these beings? Well, it's because the whole experience of the exorcism and the energy of the exorcist will force the being into another vibration, and therefore to become incompatible. You have to stop giving away your power to any other thing or whatever that can protect you, because that will make you dependable on it. If that is like praying to Saint Michael or whatever, then that's great, do it, because in that moment it will work. But if you want something that actually stays long term for the rest of your life, and that would make every infestation much easier to clean in the future, then build your self-esteem, build your self-confidence, like trust that you have the energy and the power to actually say bye-bye to all of these entities. Open your windows, let the sun come in, let the air go in. The air, the sunlight, oxygen, a good decoration, to have a clean space, build a place that has a good feng shui. It is very important, so that energies do not get trapped inside of your house. They can just flow, come and go. If you have a dirty place, you will feel awful, and that is because there is some residual energy just like accumulating there. You need to let it go. So clean, open the windows, let the sunlight in, open the window panes for God's sake. Put some nice plants inside of your house and learn how to take care of them. Plants are amazing in gardening places, as much as cats and dogs that are also absolutely amazing, and they can be a great sign that tells you that something is going on at your place. If they bark, they hiss at something in the wall, like, why are you even questioning that? Why are you even like, oh, I don't know what it is? Gosh, please listen to your family, listen to your intuition, listen to your dreams. See how your animals behave, see how your kids behave. Do not let these entities control your life. Do not let them linger in your house. Be powerful in the positiveness. Be powerful in the love. Be powerful not to be aggressive, but to actually be firm and say, I understand you, but there is no place for you here. Because as it turns out, my house has my energy, and my energy is love and light. So unless you have that, then go away. Show them the door, show them the window, let them go, show them the way out. It is very important that everyone in the house is involved with this, so that nobody brings anything else back. Teach your children, give them some awareness of the things that can happen. The paranormal is a reality. The fact that you cannot see it doesn't mean that it's not real. You cannot see gravity, but it's real. Well, that has been everything for today, and I don't want to make it too long because I'm losing the light clearly. If you like this information and you would like to know more in detail about all of this, please subscribe to my channel, give a like to this video. I will be uploading more videos in detail about exactly what you need to do in each kind of thing that could be in your house. But for now, these are all the basics of what you need to know if you have an entity or something in your house. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your instinct. I'm sure you know exactly what's going on. So thank you very much, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.